Hello, my name is Victor Goines, and I'm a clarinetist and saxophonist with the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra. Today, I'd like to speak with you a little bit about one of the great clarinetists in the Ellington Orchestra, Mr. Barney Bigard. He was from my hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana, and he had one of the greatest personalities on the clarinet in the history of jazz music. Now, one of the reasons why his role in Ellington's band was so important was due to the influence that New Orleans music had on Duke Ellington. At an earlier point in Duke's career, he had the opportunity to be involved with two of New Orleans' greatest musicians, Louis Armstrong and Sidney Bechet. And that influence carried over in Duke Ellington's music through his entire life. He always had a clarinet chair, he always had a great trumpet chair, great trombone chair, and that's the three instruments that's the front line of the New Orleans tradition. So getting right to what Mr. Bigard did in his role with the orchestra, he had a very woody sound on the clarinet, particularly when he played in the lower register. And what I mean by that is if you would take a selection like Duke Ellington's Mood Indigo, the first part of the song would sound something like this. Now, you may notice that wavering sound in my tone, which we call vibrato in music, is a very important part of the emotional aspect of the music. I think it's so important because it allows you to take the music through different times in the history of jazz. Particularly in the early New Orleans period of performing music, the vibrato tended to be very fast, and that's what you hear me doing when I try to imitate Barney Bigard. As opposed to a slower tempo, which would be more like this. So you hear the fluctuation in the wavelengths. And that particular fluctuation, in my opinion, actually adds to the emotional expression of it. Now, I spoke about the woody tone of the clarinet, and that middle register that I played in has a nice woody sound. But when you get to the lower part of the clarinet, it really gives you a chance to resonate inside of the body of the clarinet, and that would sound like this. This is the second half of that same song, Mood Indigo.